All right. So here we are. It's that time of the week. We're all so excited. Bunch of us are doing Love in the Night. I know not everyone on this stream is. I know Jen's not, right? Or
No.
are you?
I think I know it.
I was going to say, I think you're like still doing your own thing, which is totally cool. We like that.
No. Yeah, I did paranormal before it was cool this year.
It's true.
This year,
Well,
anyway.
I've always kind of been doing paranormal. I just didn't normally talk about it as much.
Right.
It was a much needed escape this year for 2 weeks, though, I think.
Oh yeah.
Full time. Very
It's
full
been
time.
a good couple of weeks for me, that's for sure.
I did catch Nicole and Nailani sing in like July and August. So and then everyone's doing New Grin.
No, I finished binging all of that last month before Audible Escape went away is what I did. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm Shay, by the way, the host. Hi. Welcome if you're new to the channel. I would love it if you would subscribe, click the little bell, do all the things. Only if you want to hear me talk about romance books and manga a lot. So, yeah. Anyways, Izzy, this way. Why don't you start? And we'll go around, introduce yourself, and then I forgot to change the description and put Laura's stuff where Crystal's was. So I'm sorry. I will fix that afterwards. But
that's fine.
Yes. Tell us what you're reading and where people can find you.
Hello. I'm Izzy over at Happy for Now, where you can pretty much always find me. I feel like I post a lot. I don't know. I'm either going to listen to Raven's Song by TJ Klune, or I'm going to keep reading Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova. I think that's her name. I think that's how you
Elise Kova. Yeah.
I've never actually said it out loud, I feel like.
Is it good?
We'll see. It's giving me bad fairy vibes, and I'm enjoying it. So
okay.
I'm nervous because not a lot of people I know have read it yet. Did you read it, Jen?
No, I want to know if it's good.
Okay. I was like, did Jen beat me to it already?
I want to read
on the list.
I want to read The Power of Hades, and then everyone gave me a resounding no. So
no, don't do it.
No.
I was like,
it was fine, but unless you're willing to commit to all three, it's not worth it.
And if I said Raven Song, I actually meant this third book, and I don't know what it's called. What is it called? Heart Song. So I'm on book 3. A very unique own voices, men loving men, werewolf story.
Yeah.
It is not for everyone. Jen does not like it, I believe.
No. If it was 200 pages, when you can say a book can be 200 pages less, there's too much going on. Anyway.
It's a lot. I agree. I don't disagree with you. I still really like it. But
they're beautiful. They're beautiful. It's just too much longing for over too long. But anyway, not me. Someone else. Say hello.
Dana.
Hi, so my name's Dana. I'm in between things for paranormal reading for Love in the Night. So I think I'm going to start Barista and the Bear, which is the group read. But if I can't get into it, I'm going to switch to my novella, which is The Pursuit of by Courtney Milan. It's a male romance that is fantastic and really sweet. But I want to get into the paranormal, so yeah.
Hi, I'm Megan, or Meowth Vader. And I will probably be reading Wolf Gone Wild because I was in the middle of that anyway. And I didn't realize it was like 400 pages long. So I'll be in the middle of it for a while.
I'm Jen from the Book Refuge, and I am in the middle of Managed, which Izzy sent to me with beautiful notes in it, but I have some work to do. So I'm also listening to Legendborn by Tracy LeBron, Dion. So I will probably
that's the YA fantasy one that's come out in the last couple months, right?
Yeah, that's a buddy read for my channel, and I have been bad at doing those lately. So it is very catching so far, but it's like contemporary fantasy because it's set in like college and then magic, and yeah. So I've only listened to the first chapter while I was making dinner, and it seemed really good. But I really want to be reading this, but I have some stuff to do. So
responsibility,
Adulting.
No fun, overrated.
So I guess I'm last. I'm Laura from Laura's Library Card. I'm filling in sort of last second for Crystal from Crystal's Bookish Life, but she's great, so you should still go check her out. Maybe we can still leave her in the description. And tonight I'm going to be working on the Love in the Night group book. I've got the Bear, which you can't see because it's on a Kindle, but I haven't started yet, so I'm going to dive on in.
Okay, I guess what I'm is last. I'm going to be trying to finish up A Hunger Like No Other. I've got like 40 pages left, so I can probably get it finished on this stream. So that's going to be the plan. My backup plan, for some reason, this goes extra fast. I have Dark Fever by Karen Marie Moning that I'm going to be starting also for. So it's going to be a, going from all of this to Faye things, and it's going to be fun. So, yes. How's everybody's reading week been? How is everybody doing? Do a little quick check-in. We'll start at like the 10th, I think.
Shan reads. Shan reads says she has, because it's also, I think some people people are reading The Duke and I, my other book that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get that finished last week, but I got distracted with other things.
So I am having lots
I'll get to it soon.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one.
I just finished that audiobook a couple days ago.
Sweet.
I'm very curious to go look at the discussion on that book.
It's going good.
Well, I was watching Jen's vlog on it today.
See, I'm waiting. I have it saved in my watch later, but I need to read it before I watch it.
My plan is that like mine will be out the day that the binging starts for each one, because I think some people have read ahead. Or they've already read them like me and they're just dying for it. So that's my plan, to be contrary, is to like read 1 week ahead of everybody and then have it up. So
I think I'm going to chunk them together into a vlog, possibly like group like the first 3, maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided how spicy I want to be about my hot takes on some of this book series. So
be as spicy as you want.
It's fine. I like some of it.
All opinions are just that, opinions.
That's right. There's no right or wrong answer to this one at all. There's Crystal. Oh yeah,
girl. Hey.
I'm not a fan of The Duke and I. See, it's happening already.
I know.
Well,
I just do a vlog.
Have whatever take you want. All takes are and.
I mean, there is not a single book you will ever find ever made that doesn't have like a 1-star for it somewhere.
Truly.
Like, we were reading 1-stars on my like live stream the other day, and there was someone who just literally was like, "I'm so offended by the title of the book," and they gave it. I'm like,
I love it.
They have such strong opinions after reading 5% of it, which, hey, we've all been there. Yes. But I'm like, then I don't rate a book. Like if I've read 5%, or people even the new copy ones, people giving it 1 star and it's 6 months from coming out. I mean, you're just being a head. Like, come on.
I will never understand the people who rate books before they're even out or available as arcs in any capacity to somehow.
They're rating it like when they see the cover, and I'm like, what the crap?
Yeah.
No.
What are you doing? What? Can we fix your life?
My crystal ball says it's going to be bad. 1 star.
Some people apparently use it to track books they want to read, I guess. But I'm like, but what happens when you rate a book 1 star that you read and didn't like?
That's the same person who's like, there were spelling mistakes in this book, so 1 star. Like,
right.
See, I can never give something 1 star. Sometimes I'll knock a star off if there's a lot.
Yeah, if it's horrible and it's like, you
Star.
can edit this, and this is part of the presentation of the book. So I don't care if you're self-published or not. Like, if you want your book to be good,
right?
Like, because I've read arcs where the formatting literally drove me so crazy that I stopped, waited until it came out, bought my own copy, and did it. Because I was like, you know what? This book is going to be good, I can tell, but I can't read it like this.
Right, exactly. Or you switch something to audio because physically it's harder to read. Like
I've 100% done that many a times.
Well, perfect example, Illuminate. Name me a person who that was easy to read. But you listen to it and my brain was like, anyway.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started, and we will go until 8:20 Eastern time. So we'll go till the 20. It'd be 6:20 in Mountain Time if you're in the same time zone as me. So
Sounds good.
I didn't make Izzy do the math. I was a good girl.
Well, you're supposed to yell at me that I'm married to an accountant, so I just have to.
Well, you are married to an accountant, but
He's an accountant. He's an accountant. Sorry, that's a meme that I see. Awkward life.
All right, time's up.
Might help if I had the right tab open. I was like,
flew
wait,
by.
where, what? And I had the other tab on top. That really flew by. That was much needed.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I got a book finished, so I'm very happy. So yeah,
I got my stuff ready.
I think I'm gonna give this.
Jen, this says you were editing right now. I thought that you were doing work. I guess I misunderstood.
I did both. No, work. This is work. I mean, it's not, but
Well,
like, it's work. I had a video
It's
to
channel
edit
work.
and spoiler
Yeah.
stuff. So, yeah. Legendborn is pretty good so far.
I'm somewhere between a 3.5 and a
Forgot
4.
it's the King Arthur.
See, I tried reading A Hunger Like No Other,
Oh,
and I like DNF'd it, so now I'm trying it again 6 months later and seeing if it works better.
Well, see, I was warned about all the dubious consent things before I went into it. So I went in prepared for it, and I think that helped my enjoyment, if I'm honest. Plus, in paranormals, like, I think it's more easily justified in ways. Like, everything, like, the reason why all of that was happening made sense in my brain. But.
And it was like, what,
Yeah.
2003 that one came out or something like that?
2009, I think.
Oh, really? I thought it was like that.
Yeah. No, 2006. I'm sorry. 2006.
Okay.
Right in the
She's
middle.
doing really specific stuff, though. She's doing really
I set up
specific
my
stuff
new
with her
Kindle.
consent, though, I feel like.
Right. So that's why I'm like, it all made sense as to why in this one. So I wasn't as bothered, but I'm glad I was warned.
Yeah.
What about you?
Should listen to
How'd you
further
do?
I finished another chapter of Heart Song. I will never remember the names of these books. Just whenever I talk about TJ Klune's Wolf books, like I'm probably messing up the names because they're all too similar. But yeah, I finished another chapter of that, and then I switched back to my ebook, and she just got a wolf, and I'm very excited about this wolf. It made me like, I was like,
Got it.
maybe I'll finish this book tonight now because I got to know about the wolf. Priorities.
Yeah. How about you, Dana? How'd you do?
You gotta.
I think I'm like 24% into Barista and the Bear, which has gone by really quickly.
Mhm.
I don't know if I like it yet. Like, it's cute, but like I'm like, what is this world where everyone knows about the shifters? And yeah, I don't know. I need to finish it and then we'll see. What do you think of it, Laura?
Well, I only got like 8% in just because I was like responding to people in the chat, and then I actually needed to update stuff for Instagram, so I just kind of stopped. But I agree. There's like a little prologue that's sort of like once upon a time, and it's supposed to frame the book, but it implies that the main character doesn't know anything about shifters. So then you like turn the page, and on page 2, she's like, "Oh, there's a fox shifter and there's a bear shifter," and I'm like, oh, okay. And she's magic. She like creates potions in her coffee. So I'm like, this is cool, but not what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agree. The prologue could have been not there.
I was like, this was weird.
Gotcha.
But
I was like, is the prologue just like a summary? What's happening?
it was, I think it's supposed to be like backstory. I think it was a way to say, this is how she grew up, and here's someone who's important to her, and they're dead. So it's like,
yeah, like here's how this started, but it didn't. At first, I was reading it and I was really confused. So yeah, when I read that prologue, I was like, "What?"
But I'm liking it, and I want to keep going. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And so did
I set up my fire.
Yay.
I'm very excited.
Ooh.
There you go.
And then I read my book.
How much did you get read in that?
I'm 61% in, but I've been reading it for like 2 days straight. So it's so cute though. Like I'm reading Wolf Gone Wild, and the main characters are adorable.
Hoping to start that like tomorrow if I get through something else.
That's kind of like my
Is it-
pick for tomorrow because it's my only work day and it's also the shortest book I have left. So I'm like, I'm going to tackle that tomorrow. So I work on everything else outside of that.
Is Wolf Gone Wild funny?
I've heard it's funny.
It is. It's
Okay.
kind of like, yeah, it's rom-commy. It's very light and rom-commy. And it has a very nerdy heroine. She likes comic books. And
That's
stuff.
awesome.
And then how did you get done what you wanted to get done, Jen?
I did.
Good.
Now I need to, I'm going to try to, well, most of the people who are on this know or they will, but we're planning a readathon just as you spoke about it. So I'm planning my TBR out to hit all the prompts because I'm extra.
It's only 2 weeks. How are you going to hit all the prompts?
Well, I'm doubled up. There's 21 prompts. 3 of them are social prompts, so that only leaves 19. And I am rereading books in December.
That's right.
And so I'll be able to double a bunch of them up. It's not a big deal. So I can read. Come on, guys.
You read 70 books a month.
15
I know.
books in a week. I know.
We know. It's fine. I just
You just said how. Yeah, I could tell you realized what you said as you said. How are you gonna do that?
it's the immediate reaction. It's the same reaction I get when I was like, I wrapped up 48 books in 16 minutes, and people go, "What?" And I was like, "It was manga. What do you say? What do I say about manga?"
It's true.
Yeah.
Manga wrap-ups go up fast, especially when you've got like a chunk in the same series because you only have to talk about it once, not 16 times.
Exactly. I was like, y'all, it's fine. I also just don't want to talk about it for 20 minutes. It's fine.
And there goes.
Let's get in.
I could talk
Get out.
about that particular manga for 20 minutes or more, but
Well,
that's
we're gonna do that at some point, but
yes, we will.
Yeah.
Yes, we will. All the manga discussions, please. Anybody. As long
One
as
of
I've
the
read it,
things-
I'm down.
So one of the things, thanks guys. I love you. I love all your sass that you give me. They're giving me sass. But the thing I was complaining to Izzy the other day that I'm trying to plan out my end of the year videos. So for December, I'm only going to reread because I don't want to bring in anything new. So besides a couple buddy reads, I'm not. I have 216 5-star books. So
I laughed so hard when she was like, I can't reread all these. That was like, yeah, you can't.
I know. So I went through and picked 30 of those that are my favorite. And then I need to reread like some that were from the beginning of the year. So there you go. There's a problem when you give out 5 stars like condoms at a nightclub. Like, so there you go. But anyway, so good diva problems to have. So
Yeah,
I'm
see,
ex-
Yeah, I knew
always-
you-
because
I knew
I
you
do
could
read
do
new
it. I
things
just-
in December. I'm always the person that posts those like favorites, best of the year list, like the first week of January.
Mhm.
Mostly planned out, but I always leave room for 1 or 2 that I end up reading in December.
right. And I mean, there's some new releases coming out that I'm 100% going to read. Like Deadly Dreams comes out and I'm just waiting. I'm like, KJ, the minute you finish that, give me the damn arc. I want it now. Like, freaking give it to me. So there's some new things coming this December that I like.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I just love it. But
Oh, by the way, this manga is fantastic. It's so good.
I agree. I've read 2 volumes. I just got volume 3, so
Nice. It's on by like always love the volumes when it comes in because that's one that I read as the volumes come out. That's one that I just love.
I have the Magus Bride on hold, and I'm just like,
Yay!
it says available soon, but it said available soon for like a week, and I was like, just give it to me.
It's so good. I could talk about manga all day long, guys. You know that. So yeah, I'm with Fanny. I've gotten a lot stingier with my 5 stars over the last few years. To get a 5-star, it has to do something like above and beyond other books that I enjoy. So like my 4 stars are like just really solid books that I recommend. I enjoyed. There isn't anything necessarily wrong with them, but they didn't stand out above the crowd. And then
Right.
my
Yeah.
5 stars are the ones that stand out.
See, I'm going to go the other way next year and implement a 6-star, which is my personal faves, which is what something Bethany does, because
Yeah, I've noticed that.
romance
I'm doing
makes
the
me
same
cry, makes me happy, makes me excited. It gets a 5-star. Like, I'm not going to give it a 4-star when it gave me all the feels it was supposed to. But I also understand other people being like, the 5-star is going to be my best. I'm just like, if a book made me cry, made me happy, gave me all the feels, was a happily ever after, it's a 5-star. Like, I'm not going to take a 5-star away from the author because I can't do it. Which is why all of my stars that are 4.5 of 5 or higher, they get a 5-star on Goodreads. And then I talk about it. So I remember.
Yeah, all my 4.5s get a 5 on Goodreads.
Right.
So I mean, I had 56 5-stars this year so far.
Yeah.
I have a lot of 5 stars. Don't get me wrong. I'm giving out multiple every month. Like,
I have like none.
And that's, but so basically when I looked at it, I gave a third of the books that I read a 5-star, but I read 95% romance this year, whereas last year I only had like 45 stars, but I also only read 160 books.
Oh, no.
makes a difference.
Nobody compare yourself to me. Like, just don't.
No.
Like, please.
Don't compare yourself to my reading either. I don't
No, my reading this year has been insane.
Because sometimes
Insane.
And then people are like, oh, did you even read the full thing? And I was like, I did, but like the way that I read is different than you. Like, I can read faster because it's my job, basically. Like, right? Like, it's not, but it is. Like, I treat this like a job, a fun, wonderful job that I do. And so that's why I'm reading so much. So when I give people that want advice, and I'm like, guys, don't, because my advice to you would be give up your children, give up your husband, give up everything. Be the lonely single old maid. I'm not calling myself an old maid, but be the lonely single girl at home with nothing to do for 9 months, and you will read as much as I did. So comparison is the thief of joy, and there's no need to thieve your own joy from yourself. So
Any and all reading is good reading. That's the key.
Yeah.
And all is good.
yes,
All reading is good reading.
Yep.
Some of us are just a little wild out here.
Yeah.
With your eyes, with your ears, with your fingers, however you're reading, it is valid and wonderful. And that's it. I don't know if you can read with your tongue or your nose. If you could, that counts too. Use all
Scratch
I guess if you didn't have hands and you had to do Braille, like that would be an option. Or maybe your toes. Like,
I don't know. Maybe. However it works. Yeah. I love this. I'm so excited.
Yeah, same. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun. I hope everybody got a good chunk of reading in. I'm glad I got to finish my book. Or you got projects done that you needed to get done, like opening Kindles and spreading things out, figuring out TBRs. So, yes. I love you all. Everybody except Laura's linked down in the description as soon as we get off.
You'll never find Laura.
So, anyways, Laura's linked on a lot of other videos right now. So, I promise Laura's awesome. Definitely give everybody a follow. And we'll see you guys next week. I don't remember whose channel it is next week. Does anybody else remember?
Jess's.
Yes, from
It's
People
Jess's.
Book, yes.
Okay.
So you'll probably
be on Jess's channel next week. So definitely go check that out. And we'll see you guys next time.